Hello Year 6, here is your prep for this week on our settlement topic. The first thing I'd like you to do is to take a piece of paper and draw a picture of your house and label it. Bring that along to our next lesson. You can see on the example I've given here, this is the sort of detail I want. I want to know if you've got a garden or not, how many bedrooms you've got. On this particular case, they have a large front garden with car parking space for one. I don't need much more information than that. You might want to tell me if you've got a garage. You might want to tell me if you live in a flat. You might want to tell me if you've got two bathrooms, but that's the sort of level of information I'd like. Because we're going to use that information to help us achieve our learning, where we're looking at being able to identify that there are three main types of houses, being able to describe the features of each of those types of houses, and then moving on to being able to compare and contrast the different types of houses. So first of all, here's a house which stands on its own. It's a detached house. It hasn't got any shared walls or roofs. They only belong to that house. It may or may not have a driveway. Very often detached houses are larger houses, and often they're found outside a city or a town, but not always. And they very often have a back garden as well. Semi-detached houses are often two houses that are attached together. They share a wall and a roof very often, and they will often have a back garden. Sometimes that will be smaller than the garden of a detached house. Then there are terraced houses. They are often found in cities or towns. They're often several houses in a row which have a shared wall or share roofs. And very often they have a smaller back garden or maybe a yard, a paved area that's there. The type of housing also differs according to when it was built. Before the First World War, which is 1914, houses tended to be built of stone, and the example we've got there is of some terraced houses from the pre-war area. You can see, have a look at the chimney pots at the top. What can you see that's the same about those? The next stage is the interwar period, so that's between the First World War and the Second World War. And as you can see there, we've got some semi-detached houses, quite large windows, and they've got some bay windows as well. So that's the windows that jut out in the sort of octagon or a shape at the front of the house. And that, I'd like you to try and think, why between the wars would people have maybe had the money in order to be able to build houses like that? Then we go to the post-war period at the bottom here, and you can see they're quite simple houses, quite square in their style. And then finally the modern houses, and the modern houses, you can see several things have been added to it. There's a little box that's on the side there, so some sort of burglar alarm by the look of it. They also have a porch over the front door as well. What I'd like you to do now is to name the types of houses. Write the numbers 1 to 6 on the side of your paper, and then tell me what type of house each of these are. Have a guess. Do you think they're pre-war? Do you think they're interwar, post-war, or modern? I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.